How's it going, everybody? Monday Morning Quarterback, episode 98. I shortchanged myself last week. I said 87, and it was actually 97. So, two away from the big 100. I don't know exactly what we're going to do for 100, but we will do something special. We'll give some stuff away. Maybe we'll have a special guest, but 100 will be a cool episode to do here in just a few weeks. So, don't have an official topic tonight. And that's good news and bad news. Bad news that I'm not super prepared, but the good news is I'm not super prepared because we were pretty busy today. First day back officially open to the public. And so that kept me pretty occupied all day, and I didn't get to pre-record anything or do a specific topic. So we haven't done an open forum in a while, and so I thought I would do that and answer your questions. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been working in the shop and getting things ready for the season, and maybe you've came across a question, and I'd be more than happy to answer that for you. I got a couple questions sent to me throughout the week, and I will answer those because I think those are things that everybody could benefit from. So I'll share some insight on those. There were a few parts of the country that got to race last week, so exciting stuff. Joey Starnes won the non-wing portion of one of the nights there in Oklahoma with our products in his D1 chassis. And I never saw official results, so I don't know if we won other classes, but he tagged us that he had gotten a win. So super excited to see some places racing. The Outlaws are going to race this week at Knoxville. Micro Racing's kicking off here in Indiana. We need some quarter midget tracks to open so the Hudson Hornet can get back in action. But needless to say, it's great to see some normalcy in the world and people getting back racing. Hello, Rick. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Steve. Man, Steve, I feel for you guys out on the coast. I hope you guys get to race at some point in the near future. You seem a little farther off than we do. So I think the biggest challenge for folks and promoters and organizers is nobody's super clear. Like the way I interpret what Indiana said means we can't race till July, but then there's places racing, and the track that's racing Saturday is on a fairgrounds, and so I know they've gotten all the correct approvals and they've put an outstanding plan in place. So I clearly don't totally understand the rules. So I think that's made it hard for people. But that's anything with the government. Without getting political, it's complicated and there's layers, and it's probably really hard to understand unless you're a lawyer or an attorney or something. But I hope you guys out on the West Coast do get to race. Yep, Eric's track in Tulsa is racing. Eric, let me know if you got any rookies out there. I might have to make the tow and drag Hudson out there in a couple weeks if nothing opens here. Mark Ashcraft, yeah, we got killer Hornets now. I don't know. Crazy world we're living in, but glad that things are getting back to normal and we are racing. So one of the questions that got emailed in, and I'll answer this, if you guys have questions about anything that I'm talking about, or race stuff or pit logic stuff, fire away questions and I will answer those as we move along. But one of the questions I got asked today actually is, how do I know how much to adjust my shocks? So we give you guys a nice tuning guide that says this is where we would start for a tacky track, average, and slick. That's a pretty generic description of a racetrack, and there's probably an infinite number of steps between tacky and average and slick, right? There's all different variants of that. It's not like iRacing where we can see that it's a 23% track state, right? So there's all sorts of varying different types of tracks. And what I explained to this particular customer was, look, if I know my baseline setting at a particular track is really good, and I go out and hot lap and I feel really good, with the technology we have available, whether it be Race Monitor, My Race Pass, a good old trusty stopwatch, I pay very close attention to how much the track slows down throughout the night. And I think that can correlate pretty directly to how much your setup's going to change. So if the track is slowed down 10%, maybe you need to adjust your shocks 10% that direction. If the track slowed down 30%, maybe you need to adjust stuff 30% that direction. But I pay very close attention to how much the track has slowed down, and I try to correlate that to a percentage. And then whenever I look at a setup change on the race car, I try to do that percentage-wise too. So if I'm going from a 725 torsion bar to a 700, percentage-wise, how big of a change is that? If I'm going from 80 pounds of rebound in my left front shock to 60, how big of a change is that? And I think if you're really paying close attention to track times, that will help. Now, this is dirt racing, right? Pavement racing, track times don't change as much. When we go quarter midget racing, I am very methodical with checking track temp in a specific spot when I get there, and then noting that track temp in the same spot throughout the day. And of course, I keep track of that in Pit Logic. So track temp really helps me gauge what's going on when I go pavement racing. So Eric, how low a gas pressure can you run in a non-wing sprint car on your right rear? So that really depends on how much compression is in that shock. If it's a compression adjustable and you are softening the compression as the track slicks off, you can get really low. If it's a rebound adjustable and you're just adding rebound as the track slicks off, on our stuff, about 25 psi is probably as low as you can go on a rebound adjustable. If it's a compression adjustable, you can probably get down 15-ish. That's kind of a generic. But if you want to message me your exact shock serial number, I can give you the real exact number. Steve's ready to travel wherever when tracks open. Yeah, quarter midgets are barking off in Oklahoma here pretty quick. I'd like to think there'd be a track closer to you than Oklahoma. I don't know if the Arizona tracks are going to open up. One of your big challenges out in California is a lot of the tracks are on fairgrounds or parks, which the track in Tulsa is in a park. It's really cool. Little bitty bull ring. Driven Performance chiming in. They agree with thinking how we make our adjustments based on track speed. So yeah, thanks for chiming in, Jake, or whoever that is at Driven. Congratulations on your wins this weekend. Looks like you guys kicked butt out in Oklahoma, so definitely well-deserved. I know you guys have put a lot of effort into your new cars this year, and hopefully we're going to get to see them race everywhere soon. So we're getting close. Anybody else that has questions, fire away. Another question I got today, and I get it, I don't know, if I get it once a week, I get it 10 times a week, is how often do I need to check my gas pressure? That's something that you should do every race day. So whether that is kind of one of the last things you do before you load up in the trailer and you head to the track, or when you get to the track, one of the things you do, it should be done every race day. And it should just be part of your routine maintenance. It doesn't take but a couple minutes to go around and check all your pressures. On that line, we recommend nitrogen. We recommend nitrogen because it's dry, and we're not going to bring moisture into the shocks with nitrogen. Another common question, how do I get nitrogen? Where do I get nitrogen? Your local welding supply, right? You can get the smallest bottle with a regulator. That'll last you all year as long as you're real diligent about turning it off and not, in case you have a bottle that leaks down a little bit. We use the full-size ones here, and we can go like a whole year without filling it, building shocks every single day. So that's that one. Rick is not sure if Tulsa's going quarter midgets. I think Eric Long said they are. Eric, if you're still tuned in, let us know if Tulsa is in fact going to race. And there you go. Austin, Texas is a little closer for you, Steve, than Tulsa, and they are set to go Memorial Day weekend. So, yeah, here in Indiana, I'm hearing we're not going to do any quarter midget racing till next month probably, but some of the tracks are starting to open up to practice. So we'll just have to wait and see. Gas City is doing a practice on Friday, so that's a sprint car track here locally up about an hour and a half north of us. And then Circus City is the first micro track that's racing here this week. So I'm going to have to get myself a face mask. I think face masks are mandatory at these racetracks, so you'll look like a bank robber going to these places. Anybody else have any questions? Fire away. I apologize I didn't have a specific topic tonight. I will work on that for next week. I've been kind of preparing my Monday morning quarterbacks on Mondays, and today was kind of our first official day back and open to the public, and we were a little busier than normal, and I had some other stuff I was trying to wrap up, some other projects, and I didn't get a whole thing done, but we're working on some videos that we will release. We've gotten a lot of good feedback from KT's steering videos, so he's going to do a couple more of those, and I am doing an in-depth, we're going to break it down into segments on quarter midget, prep, squaring, scaling, how I take care of my tires, all that good stuff. So yeah, those are things that are coming down the pike. We're always trying to get some more content for you guys. All right. Nobody else has any questions. We certainly appreciate you tuning in. If you had a question and you didn't get it asked in time, I will try to go back and answer it. Again, these are posted to our YouTube page for if you have friends that aren't Facebookers or you just want to go back and watch them. They're cataloged there nice and neat, and you can always go back and watch them there. Please subscribe to our YouTube page while you're there. And we hope you all have a fantastic week, and hopefully you get to hit the racetrack here soon. Again, more and more places are opening up, and we'll have more race results to talk about. The people that won with our products next week, hopefully. And yeah, we hope you guys are all staying healthy. And again, thanks for tuning in and supporting us during this downtime. And if there's ever any questions we can answer, don't hesitate to chime in. Thanks, guys. Take care.